look like today.
So cool.
It'd be pretty big. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
More than 13,000 of our Calla Lillies were ordered this year. There's 380 that remain in this show.
Wow, last chance plants.
Last chance plants. We need the alarm. I always ask for like an alarm.
A little
that I can
buzzer?
hit. Yeah,
I
will one day have a button that I'll press. There's going to be red lights in the studio that go off. There's going to be a siren. Just imagine that day is today.
Yes.
Because here right now in this moment, unless you run to the phone, we only have 380 of these to go around. These are so gorgeous. I'm going to predict and not be surprised if people pick up more than one set.
Great idea.
Then that 380 really, that gets divided in half. And like next thing you know,
right.
now there's less than 200 of those to go around.
Right.
So if you see this Calla Lily, I highly suggest you go ahead and you pick it up. You are getting 5 different colors here, so you're bringing home 5 different plants. It's $4.79 each. Are all 5 in this one? Is this what that would look like?
Correct. So we have one representation of all 5 bulbs planted together to kind of give you that beautiful kind of confetti or party in a planter look.
That is so cool. By the way, planters coming up in the show.
Yep. And then over here next to me, this is just what one bulb would look like if you wanted to plant them individually.
Okay.
So, and these flowers right here, these are the real callas. You want to actually feel them? I wanted you to see, I don't know if you've ever felt a calla before.
No.
But they're really, really thick.
Yes.
And the reason that that's kind of important and a pretty cool fact is they last much longer as a cut flower in a vase. So if you've ever gone to the florist to buy, you know, a bunch of Calla lilies, they are very expensive because they are one of the most sought after cut flowers. But now you can grow them yourself and they will last for weeks.
Steph, you know my wife. She's a florist.
I do know your wife, yes.
Your sister-in-law? You know, she's...
Well, she told me one flower at the floral shop is $6.
Yes.
For one flower.
One!
How many flowers do you get from one bulb?
10 to 12 in the first season?
Not bad.
Yeah,
9,
not bad.
7, 12,
yeah.
13, 14. Okay.
14.
So what, like $84 of flowers right there if you were to go to the
You
florist,
have some good math skills, man.
You know, you put a dollar sign in front of it. Nick always says I can do math, but it's not there, then I don't know.
Fair enough.
You know, when you're looking at this and you think about the Calla Lily being so popular and seeing out in so many other places, the fact that you can grow your own is amazing. These are an annual. So when you have these, we're going to have them for how long?
So it's actually a tender perennial, which which just means if you live somewhere that's very cold, all you have to do is either dig those bulbs up, bring them inside, put them in a paper bag, or you could just bring your plant into the garage. But, you know, my brother lives just down the street, and he was just telling me, actually, his callas, he planted them in the ground. They are already coming back up.
Are they really?
And it's just the middle of May. So we live in Pennsylvania, so they can take some, you know, relatively colder temps.
So here's what's going on right now. And I think we have Devin's mic up, too, for a second. I could just hear in my ear. That's the only thing. Okay, we got that down now. So when I was researching the show earlier this morning, it was about 11 o'clock. We had nearly 500 of these to go around. In this moment right now, 340 remain, and that is it.
That's it.
So we've been on the air for 2 minutes with this, and since I did my research, 150 are gone. The final 340 is all that we have left for the season. And so unless you head to the phone right now, there's a very good chance that you missed this. You know, when you're looking at something like this, an offer like this, you're going to find Calla Lilies that are out there. I've never seen a black Calla Lily before, but I do right here next to a yellow. And because it's 5 individually planted ones, here's what I would do. I would bring this at home, and I would take the black and the yellow, and I would gift it to my father-in-law, who's a diehard Steelers fan.
Well, there you go.
And now all of a sudden, you've got like, can you imagine the
Father's Day is just around the corner.
A Steeler Calla Lily.
That's pretty cool.
That would be pretty amazing to have. And then you have 3 others. I'm getting lots of go birds in my ear. Unfortunately, we have no green in here. Otherwise, we would cheer them on. But you know, Vikings fans, now all of a sudden, there's your little Vikings flower that you have with the purple and the yellow here. You can get super creative with this.
Absolutely.
And if you did want to trim it too, you could totally do that and do the single flower like in a little vase in your bathroom.
Oh, yes. I encourage you to cut them and use them as cut flowers. But I wanted to show you what it is our bulbs look like. Because you said you could find callas other places. But the difference between our Calla Lily bulbs and something elsewhere are these little nodules, or what we call eyes, Justin. So typical Calla bulbs are just going to have one. Well, ours have actually been enhanced with a bloom booster to encourage more flowers. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 eyes equates to 5 flower stems right away. But then
Wow.
you're going to continue to get your bulbs actually grow underground. So that 5 is going to multiply. You could eventually even go out and break your bulbs in half and then have more bulbs.
Phone lines are very busy right now.
Okay.
310 remain. We just lost another 30 in the last 60 seconds. This is not something that's going to last for very long. I would have a bet, if I was a betting man, which I like to go to the casino from time to time, so I guess you could say that I am. This is not going to be here the next time that this family is back on the air. 3 items in our show that were available this morning sold out before we even got to the air, and here's why. We come on the airwaves, and oftentimes what happens when one of the Wallines come onto QVC, people start researching online and they see other things that are on the website.
That's right.
And so even items that haven't aired all of a sudden get picked up because we have tens of thousands of people at any second that are online shopping on QVC.
Absolutely right.
270 now remain. Another 40
Oh, wow.
out the door. This is the countdown moment of these Calla Lillies.
Yes.
The sample food that comes with this.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
Yes, so if you are picking these up, I want to just make sure you know that you are receiving a sample pack of our fertilizer, which is going to give you an entire gallon worth of plant food. Now, this is our customer top-rated fertilizer. We included this because we want to make sure that you get that little flower factory inside your home, in your gardens. The only thing I want to recommend, or I want to stress that you do, is you only want to use your fertilizer once you start to see green growth. You don't want to fertilize the bulbs until you start to see them growing, but once you start to see sprouts, I would recommend about once every 2 weeks. That's just going to ensure that you have, what did you count, like 14 flowers?
Yes, 14 of them.
And they will
By the
stay-
way, 250 that remain
wow.
now. That's it.
Last chance.
250.
Last chance
Callas.
Callas.
Last
Exactly.
chance Callas. That's exactly right.
And because they are kind of a thicker flower, that almost leathery texture, they will stay on your plant for 1-2 months, and as a cut flower up to 3 to 4 weeks. So they really are just the most beautiful, elegant pop of color inside the home. If you have just a sunny window, you can grow these as a house plant.
This would be a fantastic house plant to have. So we could be inside and outside.
Absolutely right. As long as you have a
Great.
sunny enough window, they will thrive inside. I like to grow mine as we have here, like kind of all mixed together, but really they're beautiful either way.
I'm going to hit my invisible siren over here
Okay,
in a second.
let's hear it.
Ready? Let's do it.
Oh, they just played one.
Team upstairs.
There you go.
Is that not the best production
That's
team
good,
on the
that's
planet?
good, I like it.
That siren that you hear, well, that means that we are now at, oh gosh, how many left? 200 left. We have sold 200 since I was doing my research on this show this morning. And most of those happened in the last 5 minutes. And so if this is in your cart, you need to check out. We're officially less than 200 that remain here. The Calla Lillies are going very, very quickly. I hope you have the chance to be able to bring them at home because they're super unique. The flowers are amazing. There are 5 of them that you're getting, and each one is individually packaged. So you could just do all black, or you can mix them all up, have fun with it. $23.98 is a steal for this. It's an easy pay of $7.99 and 132-170. Let's hit that alarm one more time because this is, there it is, last chance. Oh, I'm gonna use